players of the game, we ask that you stay in your seats at the end of the game so that way we can announce them and then give you an exit strategy out of here. Welcome to the 16th Annual Labor Day College Showcase. This is game number 3. It is being sponsored by Knox Community Hospital. The officials for this game are Dan Thurman, Ralph Salser, and Ryan Hetrick. I'm going to say this, it's Labor Day weekend, we still got high school sports going on. How about we hear from these high school athletes out here? Folks, and just a reminder, if you want to text your family and friends who couldn't make it, this game is on YouTube under the Riverview Lady Bears Soccer page on YouTube. All right, now we're going to do our introductions for the Wolverines of West Geauga. Starters, number 0, sophomore, Ashlyn Dreher. Number 2, senior, Aubrey Zanella. Number 3, sophomore, Holly Junette. Number 5, senior, Nicola Airbar. Number 6, junior, Ray Airbar. Number 8, senior, Bailey Zanella. Number 10, sophomore, Morgan Kalchek. Number 12, sophomore, Frankie Flesher. Number 14, freshman, Savannah Sway. Number 16, sophomore, Megan McGinnis. And number 24, sophomore, Zoe Cole. Is coached by Corey Jasinovic.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Riverview High School for Game 3 of the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Soccer Showcase. We appreciate you joining us as we have the Mansfield Madison Lady Rams taking on the Wolverines of West Geauga. Earlier today, we saw the Riverview Lady Bears, the host team, pick up a 3-0 win over Rosecrans. Game 2 that finished just about 20 minutes ago had Rocky River in a close one over Ashland. That was a 1-0 victory for Rocky River. So Riverview and Rocky River are both victorious at the Riverview Labor Day Showcase. Again, our Game 3 matchup is coming up between Mansfield Madison and the Lady Rams against West Geauga and the Wolverines. We have 2 All-State players who are being featured in Game 3 at the Labor Day Showcase. That, of course, being Taylor Huff for Mansfield Madison, the Division II Girls Soccer Player of the Year in the state of Ohio last year. On the other side for the Wolverines, they've got Nicola Airbar, who was an All-State player a year ago. And these teams will certainly be an excellent matchup. For Mansfield Madison, they were state finalists last year, finishing with a record of 18-2-4. And for the West Geauga team, they were 15-3 as a district finalist back in 2019. So it's the Lady Rams and the Wolverines here from Warsaw, Ohio at Riverview High School. We are just underway. I'm Casey Claxon. We appreciate you being with us today. Some of you may be watching it live. Others may be watching this broadcast after it would take place, as we'll have this on the Riverview Lady Bears Soccer channel on their YouTube page. So first it is the Rams who are controlling the ball here at the beginning of this contest. And quickly we have a whistle. Offsides was the preliminary indication. Paige Mowry was making her way up the sideline on the far side before they whistled play dead. So now it will be the Wolverines with an indirect kick from their own defensive third to get it out of there. Ball served up by Aubrey Zanella. It's going to be turned away by the Madison defense and put back up the sideline. That's Megan McGinnis on the far side to serve it back across. Now they push into the attacking third. Natalie back to knock it away for Madison. Now here's Lewis springing free down the left. Gets tripped up. They play on. Lewis continuing to move. She gets tripped up a second time. Centering pass is turned away by Bailey Zanella. Now they punch it down into the corner looking for Lewis. And she goes shoulder to shoulder with the Wolverine defender, and that ball will be knocked out of play. You hear the wind that is upon us here at Riverview. It's kind of a crosswind that we've had today, but overall it is a beautiful day for soccer. Players kind of tangled up just outside the box. Lewis now has it for a moment, and then Zanella snares it, and she sends it forward. They drop it back. That's Airbar. Over on the right, Airbar has it. She's looking as at a triple team at the moment. Down in the corner, plays it off the foot of a defender. It will be a throw-in coming up for Airbar. She's got those bright orange shoes on. Zanella sends it into the box, and it will be snagged by the goalkeeper. So Morgan Rachel in goal between the pipes today. Good punt. Ball to the far side of the field to Holly Juniette. Both teams kind of jockeying for possession. Now a ball to Lewis down the left side. Trying to get into the goal box. It will be turned away by Megan McGinnis of West Geauga. Lewis and McGinnis, a good battle down in the corner. Now it comes up to Zanella. She will knock it away. Up towards midfield, and a throw-in coming up for Madison. We have a whistle away from the ball. One of the Wolverines kind of holding her head. Now she'll drop back down to a knee. Appears to be number 3, Holly Juniette. Trainers come out to take a look at her. It's been an exciting day of soccer so far. We mentioned the 2 shutout wins by Rocky River and Riverview. Game 3 today being sponsored by Knox Community Hospital. Of course, we've got 6 matches all in all. So Riverview and Rosecrans played the 9 o'clock game. That was the early one. Ashland and Rocky River, game 2, with Rocky River picking up a 1-0 victory. Of course, Madison and West Geauga here in game 3. And then our final 3 games of the day. At 3 o'clock, it'll be Dover and Parkersburg South, Worcester and Marietta in game 5, and Highland against John Glenn. So our corporate sponsors for all 6 games today. Special thanks going out to Knox Community Hospital for sponsoring Game 3. Earlier today, Midwest Energy Services and Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions, sponsors for Game 1 and 2. Coshocton Chiropractic, Berlin Village Antique Mall, and the Hummel Group, rounding out the individual game sponsorships here at the Labor Day Showcase. We're back to action. And here's Airbar, kind of controlling, trying to work a give and go with Ray Airbar. That's turned away by the defense, or turned away by the midfielders of Madison. They try to push it forward, and they're able to get it back to Airbar. Now we've got a flag that has been raised. The linesman raised the flag, and it looks like they're going to bring it back out on the side. So I'm not sure if they called an offsides in that situation or not. Yep, I believe so. We got Drew Dunlap on one of our cameras today and Ethan Parrish on the other. Fred Williams, who called that last game for us here on YouTube, manning the soundboard and the controls. It's been a good battle in the midfield. These teams appear to be very evenly matched. And one of the Rams kind of take a tumble. They let them play on. The last game we saw got very, very physical. It was a physical match. And we ended up having, a penalty kick that was blocked. The one goal that was scored in that game was kind of controversial. The goalkeeper for Ashland went up to make the save, and they said that she had stepped back inside the goal, and that was really the only goal. So we didn't have a goal actually hit a net, but they said that the ball had gone across the goal line, and it ended up being a 1-0 Rocky River win. Looking for a good one here between Madison and West Geauga. Megan McGinnis on the far side sends it up towards midfield, and it will go out of play. Throw in coming up for Natalie Back. Back to toss it towards Lewis down the sideline. She's got some speed. Pulls it back. Now serves it with her left foot near the 6. Has an offensive player there. That was Chesney Davis, but they said a handball, and it will be a handling infraction. And now the goalkeeper, Alyssa Morton, will serve it away. Or Elsa Morton, rather. Ball goes back to the other end to the goalkeeper for Madison. And now Morgan Rachel will give it a boot. Hits it just shy of midfield. The Wolverines win it out of the air. And they bring it down to the playing surface, and it's knocked across the sideline. We'll have a throw-in coming up for West Geauga. Zoe Cowles will toss it in. Airbar has it, draws 2 defenders. Now she'll serve it into the 6. It will be gobbled up by Morgan Rachel. Low line drive kick off of the punt. Madison trying to build from the back. It's pushed across the sideline, and a throw in coming up for the Wolverines. Madison coached by Zach Huff, his assistants today, Ron Andrews, Kelly O'Brien, Jordan Monica, and Aaron Brockway. For West Geauga, they're based out of Chesterland, Ohio. Head coach is Corey Jensenovic. Assistant coach is Danny Capialucci and Bill Bryan. Wind could come into play. We kind of hear it blowing through our microphones and headphones. It seems like the wind has picked up a little bit as the day has gone about. Wolverines with possession in their defensive third. That's Zoe Cowles. Centering pass goes to Bailey Zanella. Now it comes back on the outside to Swain. Good through ball to Flesher. She gets inside the 18, beats her defender, and a shot towards the near post, just left. Had a good look at it. Keeper was kind of cheating that way.
Substitutions for Madison entering the game: number 3, Paige Mowry, and number 9, Callie Cyrus. Entering the game for West Geauga, number 18, Shannon Swinnerton.
Chris Smalley, our public address announcer, letting us know who's coming into the game for both teams with our substitutions. Ashley Bechtel gets it across. Now they swing it to the wide side of the field. It's Chesney Davis over on the far side. Swingerton comes up to apply pressure. Now they force the ball inside the 18, and it's going to be banged away by the Wolverine defense. Aubrey Zanella knocks it off the playing surface. Here's a ball sent back up the right side. Good change of field by Madison. That's Eckenweiler sending the ball in, and that will be gobbled up by the goalkeeper, Elsa Morton.
Geauga, number 24, is pronounced Coles.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's Lewis on the far side of the field. She gives a little elbow bump to Megan McGinnis, and they're going to tag Lewis for that. Keeper's Morton, right?
I know. I can hear it.
They'll bring the ball up, give the Wolverines an opportunity to play it from the back. Again, Madison 4 wins on the early part of the season. They started the year with a 5-0 victory over Clear Fork. They shut out Ashland 3-0. Of course, we saw Ashland play earlier today in Game 2 here at the Labor Day Showcase. A 2-1 win over Findlay was their 3rd victory of the season. And then a 10-0 shellacking of Mansfield Senior for their 4th win. For West Geauga, just 1 game under their belt from what we had looked up online, with a 3-1 win over Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. So both of these teams undefeated here in this interesting 2020 season. It's just great to be seeing all these athletes playing soccer. Here's an offensive drive and a push by Madison. The goalkeeper Morton comes out to win it. Is that Dreyer or Morton in goal? Okay. A correction on the goalkeeper for West Geauga. So Ashlyn Dreyer got the start in goal today. They have both goalkeepers listed as 0. So I just picked the wrong 0. So my apologies to Ashlyn. So Ashlyn Dreyer will serve it out. Ball knocked out of play by Ashley Bechtel. Actually, they'll raise the flag, and they called another offsides. Aubrey Zanella will serve it in play with her right foot. Good service. One out of the air by Lily Neal. Couple of substitutions coming into the game. Looks like number 3, Holly Genuette, back into the contest.
22,
And
Marissa
Marissa Adderholt entering for Madison.
Re-entering the game for West Geauga, number 3, Holly Genuette.
Here's the throw in. Nicola Airbar will send it across to the right to Ray Airbar. Now they drive it right up the center. And goalkeeper Morgan Rachel comes over to pick it up. We'll see her punt again for the 5th or 6th time today. Good leg. Puts it right in the middle of the center circle. Now that's Zoe Coles down the right side. Plays it back to the keeper. Now they bring it out front to Savannah Swain. Stanfield has the interception. Now she'll push it back towards midfield. Zanella has it. She will change the field, going over on the far side. Ball knocked across the end line, and that will be a corner kick coming up for West Geauga. So that'll be the first corner of the game for the Wolverines. So scoring opportunity coming up here.
Ray Airbar.
So Ray Airbar will serve it in. They've got 3 attackers crashing on the goal. Good service into the middle. Rebound shot, no good. McGinnis got a foot on it. The first redirection came from Airbar, and then the defense knocked it back out to the 18. But McGinnis, her shot just high over top of the crossbar. Rachel with the service. Good battle in the air between both teams. Trinity Tucker there. Good battle with Bailey Zanella. Now the ball comes across the sideline, and we'll have a throw-in coming up for Madison. Adderholt will chase it down, and she will toss it in. Nope, she'll pass it off to Davis, who will do the honors. Looking for Lewis, and she'll drop it back. It's intercepted by Airbar. Airbar gets by one defender, continuing to play through. Now she will change the field, going to the far side. Looking for Holly Genuette. Genuette with her left foot across the sideline. It will be a West Geauga throw. Good service on the throw. Back to the thrower. Defense steps up. McGinnis beats Lewis. Now serves it into the middle. Rachel comes out from her goalkeeper spot to win possession. And she'll roll it out here on the near side. That's Adderholt. Couldn't connect with Mowry. Ball served into the 18, and Dreyer will have it. Swinnerton over on the far side. Now that's Zanella, Swinnerton, and Lewis. And Ray Airbar looking to change the field. It's won by Tucker. Back down the middle. And Zanella will try to change direction. Airbar comes up. Actually, that was Flesher coming up, applying pressure. Madison able to keep control of it. They were looking for Lewis on the far side, but it's going to be turned away by the West Geauga defense. Again, our live stream of Game 3 here at the Labor Day Showcase being sponsored by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. If you're one of the fans in the local area, check out CoshoctonDentistry.com. We'll have some messages from our sponsors throughout this contest. Again, Game 3 of the showcase, corporately being sponsored by Knox Community Hospital. They'll be presenting the Player of the Game Awards coming up at the close of this one. We'll have a free kick from the far side of the field. Service played into the middle. Keeper coming out. Great job by Rachel to come out and win it. You want your goalkeeper to own the 6. And so far, Morgan Rachel has done that today. Good punt. One out of the air at midfield by Ray Airbar. Now they go deep into the right corner. That's Adderholt there, trying to serve it inside. Looking for Mallory, and her shot is wide right. So had a good build-up. Good build from the back.
Substitutions for Madison re-entering the game. Number 7, Carrie Eckenweiler. And number 8, Chesney Davis.
So Eckenweiler and Davis into the ball game. Lewis and Mallory will head out. Dreyer serves it. That's Winterton on the far side of the field, anchoring the defense for the Wolverines. Now they get past her. Davis inside the box. One of the players went down. That was Eckenweiler. Madison maintaining possession. Trinity Tucker serving it down the right side, but an offsides is called. Eckenweiler flagged. $17:30 to play here in our opening half. Good defense by Madison to keep that play from developing into something. Madison defense will retreat. Zoe Coles will throw it in. Taylor Huff has it. Looking for some space to dribble. Nice through ball on the far side of the field. Callie Cyrus over there. Comes back into the middle. And Airbar and company will go on the attack. That's Flesher into the corner. Centering pass, won by the goalkeeper, Rachel. So a nice build-up. Rachel rolls it out to Huff. Huff kind of directing traffic from her midfielder spot. Now they go forward. And it's turned away by the Wolverines. Ray Airbar serving to Flesher over on the far side. The ball knocked across the sideline, giving possession to Madison. Eckenweiler with possession. Looking for Huff. Now she'll go to Davis. And that ball is turned away by the West Geauga defense once more. So it's been a defensive battle for these two teams. Eckenweiler has it knocked away. Defense steps up to kind of push it back into the attacking third.
Substitution for West Geauga. Entering the game, number 25, Courtney Whiting.
So Courtney Whiting will check in for the Wolverines. Ray Airbar off her foot, trying to push it ahead. That's Zanella battling for West Geauga. Good battle with Taylor Huff, the Division II Player of the Year back in 2019. Here's the throw in. Huff finally comes away with it. She will send it long down the middle. Was looking for Eckenweiler. Now they get it out to Davis. She's on a full sprint. They touch it into the box. And Dreher will come up to win it. Dreher's punt. Won by Ray Airbar. And Lily Neal, or excuse me, that was Ashley Bechtel, sends it down long. And it will be gobbled up by the Wolverine goalkeeper. So Dreher to punt. Gets it beyond midfield. Huff gets a foot on it. Natalie back over on the far side has it go off of her foot. And then last touch by Geauga, so back will throw it in play. And now they'll have another throw. So it is 12:35 remaining here in our quarter. Dave Cradley, you going to join us here and talk a little bit? I can. I was hoping that you would. Did you get my text message?
I did.
You did? All right. So we are joined now by the head coach of the Riverview Lady Bears, Mr. Dave Kreidler, up here in the booth. Well, this is your kind of game, Coach, with having a 0-0 match.
Yeah. And the last one was very closely fought, too. That's what we're always hoping for is tight matches.
Yeah. You know, we've got several All-State players in action here today, and we've got two of them out on the field between these two teams with Airbar and Taylor Huff.
Yeah, it's really interesting how Madison is using Huff. There she goes right now. I mean, she's just kind of sitting in, collecting balls, waiting for her moment, trying to get other people involved.
Yeah, you'd almost say that she's playing with a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And this entire team seems to be playing that way.
Yeah. But she won't be patient the whole game, I don't think. They need her to bust loose at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me congratulate you on your first win of the of the showcase in the day. So that was an exciting victory over Rosecrans.
Thank you. I think we grew a little bit today. We talked at halftime about whether we could prove to ourselves that we were a mature team and deal with the game as it was at halftime. And I thought we did. We didn't give up silly fouls, and we just managed the game. And I thought we played very intelligently.
So you guys come away with a 3-0 win over Rosecrans, and we had that 1-goal game with Rocky River picking up a win.
Right.
What was your thought on game 2 today?
Well, that number 8, the center back for Rocky River, who also scored the free kick, she's a wonderful player. She's going to West Point.
Oh wow!
And which is an accomplishment enough, but she also was recruited to be a soccer player there too.
Wow, that's exciting.
and she was the difference in that game.
We've got a corner kick coming up here for Madison.
Corner kick coming up for Madison, number 18, Ashley Beckle.
You know, Dave, this is the 16th annual event for the Labor Day Showcase. For years, you've always tried to match up really good teams in action, and you know, you've got some outstanding players, 9 different players who were either all Ohio or all West Virginia here today, and you know, it's a testament to your hard work over the years that this event has been one that has attracted lots of players over the years who have gone on to play at some of the highest level of college soccer.
Well, thank you. A lot of it goes to coaching relationships that you know we've been able to build over the years, and we can get good teams to bring their good players. And this is for a lot of these teams. A lot of the teams that come here, they're turf teams, and they worry about whether they can play on grass anymore. But they can. If they're a good team, they can.
Give us a highlight of some of the players who have played here at the Showcase in the past and then have gone on to play at some of the highest levels in college soccer over the years.
Well, the first one that comes to mind is Abby Olensky from Rocky River, who went initially to Illinois and then transferred to North Carolina and started for North Carolina, which is probably the preeminent program in the United States. Bailey Cartwright from Greensburg Catholic in Pennsylvania. She played here a couple of years ago. She's playing for Notre Dame now. And Kay Young from Chippewa went to Cincinnati. And of course Taylor Huff she's going to be a great player. She's committed to Tennessee.
Yeah, so we've seen outstanding players over the years, and whenever this whole idea of hosting an event like this, it was meant to be a day that college coaches could come and watch, you know, top caliber teams, top caliber talent, all in one location, and also do it on a day when they're not normally playing soccer.
Right, except what we ran into over the years is that they're still training on Labor Day.
Yeah.
And they're in school, so that's cut into the amount of colleges that have been here. But we do have, every year we have some players that were not pre-identified that ended up going to a school that after they were identified here.
Yeah. Yeah, and that it just shows that, you know, you can bring a lot of these kids together and give them opportunities to kind of set the next chapter in their life. And, you know, if soccer can help get them to that chapter, then that's a great thing, because you just said relationships that you build by playing this game will last a lot longer than the 80 minutes or the 90 minutes or a 20-game season or whatever you might be playing.
Right.
But those relationships are so crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you've worked hard to get lots of sponsors for this event, Dave. I know this first game being sponsored by the Knox Community Hospital, but I'm sure you'd like to thank all of the teams or all of the businesses that contributed financially.
Our major sponsors, our game sponsors, are Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions, Coshocton Chiropractic Healthcare, Berlin Village Antique Mall, the Hummel Group in Berlin, Midwest Energy Services, the Gennard family, Knox Community Hospital, and then Dr. Dunlap was gracious enough to underwrite a couple of the live stream games. So we're really grateful for them. So this ends up being a fundraiser for our program, and the gate goes to the school, and so it's a win-win. And we hope that our families appreciate the day too.
And most of the teams seem to be abiding by the social distancing, and everybody's kind of got a mask on. It could be a challenge at times, but you know, I think you've had a decent crowd here today. I think most people want to get out. They don't want to be cooped up.
And we hope the weather holds, because we believe the last 3 games will be very good gates. So we're counting on the weather, hoping for, because it's been raining all day long up north. Hard.
So it's for these teams that traveled from north into the east central part of the state, it's been good for them.
Yeah, West Geauga was questioning whether they should come this morning because it was so bad up there this morning.
But it's all clouds and breaks of sunshine. A little windy, but you know, it's been a good day. Well, Coach Kryler, thanks for coming up and sharing some time with us. Congratulations on the win, and congratulations on the showcase.
Thanks a lot, Casey. We appreciate what you've done.
Yep, that is Dave Kryler. He is the head coach of the Riverview Lady Bears, and he is the one who puts this event all together. So we appreciate him coming up and sharing a little bit of time with us while we still bring you this broadcast here on the Riverview Lady Bears soccer channel. We will have this up, so feel free to share this YouTube channel to your family and friends. And many of you may be watching this after the fact. Those that are watching it live now see a 0-0 score with less than 5 minutes to go. But Madison having an opportunity to knock on the door here with the corner kick. So Tucker will be called on to serve it into the box. Right-footed service. Oh, and a great shot by Huff off her head. Huff got it in, but it was deflected. Now it's still banging around in the center. Here comes a left-footed shot and toward the goal, but just missed. Eckenweiler just pushed it wide to the right. But that's been the biggest opportunity scoring-wise for this Mansfield-Madison team. But a good defensive effort there by West Geauga to dodge the bullet. Huff with the header on the service of the corner kick. And she almost acted as if she thought there was a handball inside the box. But they continued to play, and then Madison had another opportunity. Here's Lewis, who gets by the goalkeeper. She's going to put it in the back of the net. Nevaeh Lewis strikes for the first goal of the match with 3:38 to play here in the first half.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most
So
successful
Nevaeh Lewis
companies
has
here
the
in Ohio,
speed. She
who do
was
you
able to
meet?
get around her
Answer.
defender.
Men and
The
women who
goalkeeper
play
came
high
out
school sports.
and was able to
Education-based
knock
high
it
school sports
to knock
give
it
us more
around
than
her,
athletes we can
and
root
then
for.
still had
They
to
give
elude
us
another
leaders
defender.
we can depend on.
Still had another
Question.
defender in her way,
So
but she was
where
able
will
to
we find
slide it
tomorrow's
in.
leaders?
So
Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the...
I didn't realize you had started one. Oh, okay. It's a 1-0 ball game, as it is Mansfield-Madison leading 1-0 over West Geauga. There's a foul right in front of the fans. Nicola Airbar whistled for a push in the back. But Nevaeh Lewis was able to get around her defender, beat the goalkeeper. Dreyer, as she came out off of her line. Now here's Huff on the far side. She gets it to Lewis. Here's another shot attempt. That one just wide left. Taya Lewis is a dynamic player. She's just a freshman, and she has really made herself known here in the early part of the 2020 season. In a lot of those cases, you would have people keying on someone like Huff, a player of the year in Ohio from 2019. But when you add Lewis as a striker up front, look out. Those two get together. And now here's Chesney Davis. Look for a centering pass towards Lewis. Airbar sends it with her left foot, changing directions. And now Phyllis Stanfield comes over. Ball going down into the corner. Might try to move that out there in the second half. So it looks like this will be a long throw as Zoe Coles will toss it in. Gets it into Ray Airbar. Goes across the sideline, and a throw in coming up for Zanella. Huff gets a foot on it. Now ball kind of bouncing around. There's Lewis up front, little push in the shoulder. They play on. She's got some daylight. Defense comes in. Lewis into the box. Keeper coming out, and she will make the save. So Dreyer off her line to take that one off the foot of Lewis. And I think Lewis was out of gas by the time she ended up getting there, because she had made a run from midfield all the way down inside to the 6. Trinity Tucker changes the field and switches it to the opposite side. Down to 30 seconds here in the first half. 1-0 in favor of Mansfield Madison. West Geauga trying to answer in the closing moments. They'll have to hurry if they're going to get the opportunity.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Final seconds.
3, 2.
They drop it back, and it's served into the center by Coles. But that will be the end of the first 40 minutes of play. Our halftime score has Mansfield Madison as the Lady Rams lead the Wolverines of West Geauga by a score of 1-0. I'm Casey Claxton. We welcome you to the 2020 Riverview Labor Day Showcase on YouTube. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
teamwork, how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
We welcome you back to Riverview High School in Warsaw, where it's the Madison Lady Rams currently leading the Wolverines of West Geauga by a score of 1-0. Here at the break, we are in Game 3 of the 2020 Riverview Labor Day Showcase. We welcome you to Coshocton County. I'm Casey Claxton, here for our live stream broadcast on the Riverview Girls Soccer, the Lady Bear YouTube page. We've had two exciting games already earlier today. We saw the host team, Riverview, knock off Rosecrans by a score of 3-0 as the Lady Bears improved their record to 5-0-1 in the 2020 season. Game 2 saw Rocky River get a victory. They defeated Ashland by a score of 1-0. That was a close one throughout. If you love a defensive soccer match, that was the one to see. And then equally, we've got a great game here in Game 3 between Mansfield Madison and West Geauga. The Lady Rams were able to get a goal from Nevaeh Lewis with 3:38 to play in the first half. She was able to get by a defender, had a one-on-one inside the 18. The goalkeeper came out. She was able to step around, play it around the keeper, and then beat one final defender with a slide inside the 6 and punch it into the back of the net to give Mansfield Madison a 1-0 lead. And we've seen opportunities from West Geauga. Madison also had another scoring opportunity just before Nevaeh Lewis punched it in the back of the net. We saw a header by Taylor Hoff that was defended very, very well by the West Geauga defense on a corner as Hoff sent a bullet with her head towards side net, but the young lady who was on the post was able to knock it down and punch it out of there. But it wasn't long after that Lewis was able to put it in the back of the net and give the Lady Rams a 1-0 lead. Again, for Mansfield, they had started off the season with a 4-0 record. They had shutout victories over Clear Fork and Ashland, 5-3 and 3-0, or 5-0 and 3-0. They had a 2-1 win over Findlay in Game 3, and then they knocked off Mansfield Senior 10-0. For this West Geauga team, they are also undefeated, at least from the statistical perspective that we could find on the OSSCA Soccer Coaches website. They started the year with a 3-1 win over Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. But they've had a great effort from several of their players. We'll start with their goalkeeper, Ashlyn Dreyer, has done a great job in goal today, kind of managing the defense from the back. And then we've seen Nicola and Ray Airbar really wreak havoc up front, but they've just not been able to find the back of the net. They've had some opportunities, especially on corner kicks and some restarts. This has been a physical match in the very beginning, but overall it's been well played by both of these teams. If you love a defensive soccer game, this too is one of those games that you will like to see. So again, our halftime score, it's 1-0 in favor of Mansfield Madison leading West Geauga. Coming up after this game, Game 4 is going to feature Dover against Parkersburg South out of West Virginia. Game 5 will have the Marietta Tigers from down in Washington County as they will tangle with Worcester. And then the final game of the day will be Highland. So Berlin Highland, as the Hawks out of Holmes County will take on John Glenn as they meet the Little Muskies, as John Glenn hails from down in New Concord in Muskingum County. So those games will be exciting. And if you're traveling home and want to hear that game tonight, I know that the Highland John Glenn game will be on WKLM radio on 95.3 up in Holmes County, so you could hear that one. And you could also hear the live stream radio broadcast on the WKLM FM website if you wanted to check that out later this evening. I'm Casey Claxton. We will break one last time, then come back to start our second half of play. I got quarters in mind. It must have been those crazy football games on Friday nights that got me thinking quarters. But we will be back in just a moment as we start our second half of play as Mansfield Madison battles with West Geauga. Back right after these messages.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com
to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase. That's fine. Go ahead and do that.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Riverview High School is the site of the 2020 Labor Day Showcase, a day of 6 girls soccer matches all in one location. Again, our matchups today: Riverview defeating Bishop Rosecrans 3-0 to start today. Rocky River a 1-0 victory over Ashland. Game 1 was sponsored by Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions. Rocky River Ashland sponsored by Midwest Energy Services. Here at halftime, we have Mansfield Madison leading West Geauga by a score of 1-0. And Game 3 today sponsored by Knox Community Hospital. We'll go ahead and acknowledge the sponsors for the 3 games that will follow our Madison West Geauga game. So Dover Parkersburg South coming up at 3, sponsored by Coshocton Chiropractic. Worcester and Marietta being supported financially by the Berlin Village Antique Mall. And rounding out the night at 7 o'clock, Highland against John Glenn, sponsored by the Hummel Group. So both teams making their way out onto the soccer pitch are live streaming for the first 3 games today, being supported by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit their website at CoshoctonDentistry.com. So another 40 minutes on the scoreboard to get things started.
Goalie for Mansfield Madison is Paige Eldridge, is in the goal, 12.
Oh.
She's in the goal. I just found out. The guy just turned around and told me.
Well, I'm glad they told us. Thank you, Chris. We just found out that the goalkeeper for Mansfield Madison today is actually Paige Eldridge. So we apologize to all the Mansfield Madison fans out there. You know, it's kind of, soccer has one of those things where like the goalie always wants to wear 0. So you just look in your program and you say, that's number 0, and then you go with it, you know. But they have like 0, they have another number 0. But so Paige Eldridge, who normally would be number 12, she is the one in goal today. So we thank them for letting us know that she's going to be in goal. So here's Taylor Huff trying to get through that West Geauga defense. Eckenweiler to send it across. Madison maintains possession. That's Taylor Huff. Some fancy footwork there. Gets by one defender. Now she slides it through looking for Lewis. But Dreyer able to come out and win it. So that combination between Lewis and Huff, very dynamic. You got Lewis up front, speedy striker. Huff with the skills and excellent passing ability. Great combination. Put them with the rest of their team, and you got winners. Ball comes here to the near side as they were looking for Adderholt. Now Eckenweiler will toss it in. Over the head of Adderholt and then Lewis. Ball down into the corner. Swinnerton will toss it out. Connects with Junette. It goes off of a defender's foot. They'll try it again. Looking for air bar. Now that's Huff. Kind of putting a foot in there, trying to stop play. Lewis to Huff. Now Huff's got some distance. Able to beat her man down the right side into the box. She's got her eye on the goal, and we have a flag. And it looks like they're going to call. Well, the linesman over on the far side raised his flag. So they called a foul. When they stop playing like that, you can zoom in on like the goalkeeper and stuff. Run up the middle. Here's the Wolverines into the offensive third, into the back of the net. They have tied this game. Frankie Flusher with the goal for the Wolverines. So Frankie Flusher finds the back of the net and ties this game at 1. We'll be back with more right after this.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff.
Not that close there, Holmes.
Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
It'll be a corner kick coming up for Mansfield Madison. Tucker sends it into the box, and it will be won by the goalkeeper. Here's the service. Huff wins it out of the air. Now it's turned away by the defense. Megan McGinnis with the left foot. Stanfield serves it down the side. Now here's Lewis trying to get away from a defender. She knocks one player to the turf. Now they bring it to the near side. One player down, they'll continue to play on. And finally they will go ahead and stop play as they tend to one of the players who is down on the playing surface. Appears to be Trinity Tucker. She is up under her own power and will be walking off. She acts like she wants to stay on, but I think they'll go ahead and just take her over to the side just to make sure she is okay. And really starting to pick up. So Shanna Jameson will check into the ball game now. Looks like they'll just do a drop ball. And Taylor Huff will just kind of see the ball there, and she's going to play it back to the goalkeeper. Since they stop play, they'll just go ahead and play it back so that Dreher can punt it. She'll serve up a 50-50 ball into the midfield. It will be won by Madison. Dangerous play. Taylor Huff will look to do the service. Serves it in, and good save there by Dreher. Eckenweiler down the left side. Looking for Adderholt into the corner. And she will not get there. Zoom in on the kicker now. So Carrie Eckenweiler will come over to take the corner kick. Or excuse me, that's Chesney Davis, number 8. She will serve it with her right foot. Good service to the far post. I got a runner. And it's going to be knocked out past the goal mouth. That was Eckenweiler who got a foot on it. Dreher will serve the goal kick. Wolverine's going to try to build on the attack. That's Swain who pushes it forward. Stanfield defensively for the Lady Rams punches it out. And now West Geauga coming back on the offensive attack. Natalie Back gets it to Huff, who pushes it forward to Lewis. She's got some space. Into the box, left side. Shot is just wide right. I tell you, that is a tandem you always have to be aware of. Huff with good placement. Lewis running it down. You know, and that all starts out of the back with the defense. You know, Natalie Back winning that ball, getting it to Huff, and then up to Lewis. How quickly they can push things forward. You know, sometimes the players that gets the goals and the assists and all the accolades, you know, receive the praise in the media and so forth. But I tell you, this Madison defense has played really strong, and they an integral part of building that attack from the back line. Here's Lewis on the far side. She bangs it with her left foot. Now it's taken by Huff. Some fancy footwork. Now she goes far side to Davis. Another offsides called. Zanella will serve it out of there. Flesher, who has the goal, won it with her head. Now they push it over on the far side to Eckenweiler. Centering pass is cleared out. Eckenweiler drops it back. Now they push it back in towards Lewis. She has it taken away. And a couple of players go down and try to battle for it. Slow to get up is Stanfield. They serve it towards the 18. The defense bangs it out. Back able to serve it up towards Lewis at midfield to Eckenweiler. Looks like they keep trying to attack down that far right side. Now Lewis will throw it in over on the far side of the pitch. Good strong throw. Huff's got some daylight to run onto the ball. Can't get possession. Good defense there by West Geauga. That's Aubrey Zanella over there defending Huff. She did an excellent job. Genuette leading the attack. Looking for Flesher, who has the one goal. And here is a shot high over top of the goal by Nicola Erbar. Less than 28 minutes to play in this one. We've got a good one. Lewis got the scoring started with 3:38 to play, is giving Madison a 1-0 lead. And then it was Frankie Flesher tying the game just in the 4th minute of the second half to knot this game at 1-1. Madison will look to build an attack from the midfield. High service. One out of the air by the Madison defense. Ball still in the air. And we have a whistle. And one of the Madison players going down. That's Adderholt. She seems to be all right. I think they are going to go ahead and stop play, and they're going to have them come out and check on her. So we do have a substitute coming in. So it looks like Trinity Tucker is coming back in. She had left the game earlier with an injury. Tucker will do the honors, serving it out of the back. Looking for Lewis. Ball's one out of the air by the West Geauga defense. Bailey Zanella. Now they go down the right side to Lewis. Little collision. She gets tangled up with Zanella. And they're going to whistle a foul. Lewis looking to dribble through two defenders. Eckenweiler on the far side, and it's turned away again by the Wolverine defense. Now Coles knocks it off of a defender, and she will throw it in. Nicola Airbar. Good battle with Lewis. McGinnis serves it down the left side from her defensive spot, and Madison will look to build again from the back. This ball served down the right and out of play, and Coles will throw it in. Good time to switch the field here. Now they drop it back, still staying over on that far side. You can see the players on the field, they're all kind of just all drawn to the coaching side of the playing surface. For Madison, Paige Mowry checking into the game. Lewis throws it into Huff. Huff gets by one defender, into the box. She's headed towards the goal, dribbles past another, looking for a shot in the back of the net. Taylor Huff gives her team a 1-goal lead. Her first goal of the afternoon. Madison now leads it by a score of 2-1 as Taylor Huff finds the back of the net. This is girls high school soccer from the Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
Taylor Huff gives her team a 2-1 lead rather. A 2-1 lead here in the second half. That goal coming with 24:42 to play in the contest. And now here's West Geauga trying to answer. Frankie Flesher, who had the only goal of the game for West Geauga, just put that one high above the crossbar. Paige Eldridge will now look to serve it out. Madison now coming down the left side with Chesney Davis. Goes into the hands of Ashlyn Dreher, and she will punt it out of there. There's Trinity Tucker. Loses possession. Genuette will now have it. Into the middle to Huff. Gave her team the lead. Now she's looking for more. Through ball to Lewis. She held it up. Now they switch fields. Goes left side to Davis. Davis gets tangled up. And it rolls across the touch. It'll be a throw in. Stanfield with a service down to the right corner. Goes off the side of the foot. And then a last touch by a defender, so a corner kick will be coming up. So Trinity Tucker will look to serve it in.
Tucker.
Here's Huff. Centering pass, looking for Lewis, and a good save. Ashlyn Dreher able to keep that from going in the back of the net. Now a quick counter by West Geauga. Frankie Flesh to serve it into the middle. Looking for Airbar. It's going to be last touch by Mila Davis, and that will be a corner kick coming up. So we'll see if the Wolverines can answer.
Corner kick for West Geauga, number 6, Ray Airbar.
So Ray Airbar will look to serve it in. They line up 3 at the top of the box. Here's the service into the center. Flash, nice acrobatic move there to put a foot on it. So Frankie Flesher almost got it in. They're gonna try it again here. This time they go right middle 18. There's a header by Flesher. So she is a dynamic player as well. Flesher has the only goal of the game for West Geauga and almost had another one there. Here's Lewis trying to get free. Defense comes to help. Now Davis over there. Now they go to Flesher again. She's got skill. Gets by her man. Down the right corner. Centering pass for Airbar. It's going to be taken away by the defense, but a loose ball picked up and a shot by Swain, but just could not put it on goal. A little beyond the midway point of our second half. It's a 2-1 ball game.
Entering the game for Madison, number 7, Carrie Eckenweiler.
Eckenweiler checks back in. Good service, one out of the air. Zanella with a header. Going to be gobbled up by the goalkeeper, Paige Eldridge. West Geauga changing the field. Natalie back, able to turn that centering pass away. Now Eckenweiler is playing over on the near side of the field. They had her over on the right. Now they've shifted her to the left. Natalie back will throw it in.
Marissa Adderholt.
Marissa Adderholt checking back in. Good to see her up and at 'em. Here's a throw right on the near side in front of us. Looking for Flesher. Adderholt will look to change the field now. They go the opposite direction. Stanfield looking for Lewis in the middle. Zanella sends it to the far side. Lewis down the right, just outside the 18-yard box. And it'll be a corner kick coming up. So we will see if Madison can build something from this corner that's forthcoming. You see a few buses in the background. Most of these teams making their way to the Labor Day showcase via the big yellow bus. Here's the service in, I was going to say into the 6, but didn't quite get it there. It was in then out. 2-1 ball game. Madison leading West Geauga here in the second half from Game 3 of the Riverview Labor Day Showcase. We're glad many of you could join us here on our YouTube channel for the Lady Bears soccer team. They've hosted this event for a 16th year. Here's Lewis getting some space just outside the box. Looks to drop it back to Huff. It's turned away by Airbar. Now Nicola Airbar comes up. And it's pushed back again to the green and white. Flesher, little give and go to Airbar. Flesher, she's got some distance between her and the defender. And she bumps into one of the Lady Rams. And they're going to call Flesher with the infraction, or is they going to say that's a corner? Looks like they're going to indicate a corner kick. So it was last touched by the Rams. So this will be a big opportunity for the Wolverines to try to tie this game.
Number 6, Ray Airbar.
You got to be thinking that she's going to be targeting Frankie Flesher on this corner. Good service to Flesher off her head. They go left-footed shot, turned away by the Lady Rams defense. That shot came there by Zanella. Now they come the other direction, and it will be snatched up by Dreher from her goalkeeper spot. Both teams kind of battling for it. Air bar changes directions. Goes far side to Coles. Now down the left side. It's Callie Cyrus over there on the far right. Both teams still looking to maintain a possession and string together a few passes. Here's Genuette down the right side into the 18. It's going to be turned away by Eckenweiler. So a throw in coming up for the Wolverines of West Geauga. 2-1 ball game. Both teams with a goal. Or one here in this half. Ball sent into the center. Genuette has it go off and out of play. Last touch by Trinity Tucker. So now Swinnerton will look to throw it in.
Madison, number 8, Chesney Davis.
Chesney Davis
Entering the game
going
for
to
West
check
Geauga,
back in
number
for
9,
West Geauga.
Kaylee Wolford.
Kaylee Wolford will be entering the contest. Swinnerton will toss it in. One out of the air by the Lady Rams defense. They'll do it again. That's back with a header. Davis has it at her feet. They're looking for Flesher off of her head. And now there is a foul. Flesher was fouled just outside the 18. So now this will be a big opportunity for West Geauga to try to tie this ball game. Nicola Airbar will serve it. So they will line up about 5 players on the left side of the box. Airbar puts it in the air. Flesher with the head, and great goalkeeper save. Ball still in play and finally goes out. But a great job by Paige Eldridge to get a hand up to turn that away. But great combination. They went from Airbar, or excuse me, they went from Airbar over to Flesher with the header and had a good look at it. Now the Rams will go the other direction. Here's a throw in by Lewis. Ball served into the center. They were looking for Eckenweiler. Now it's finally going to be picked up by the goalkeeper. Dreher will punch it out of there. Good punt by the sophomore goalkeeper. Now Airbar goes right side. That's Wolford. She gets pushed, and they finally raised a flag, so that's going to be an infraction against Manfield Madison. They'll tag Natalie back with the foul. They'll play this almost like a corner. I tell you, they're living dangerously by giving this many opportunities. This many opportunities for the Wolverines. Well, they changed things up a little bit now. As it's going to be Flesher to come over, or excuse me. She had her headband's not red. It's Ray Airbar. Will serve it into the 18, and it's going to be won there by the goalkeeper. So Eldridge owns the 6. And now she will punt it to midfield. Lewis will do the honors, throwing it in from the far side. Good throw down the sideline as they look for Chesney Davis. Goes out of play. So West Geauga will toss it in. Won by Adderholt. Gets it to Huff. And now she's starting to weave her way through a couple of defenders. Ball goes off one of the defenders from West Geauga and across the end line, but it will be last touched by Eckenweiler. So that will be a throw-in coming up for, or a goal kick rather. Huff to win it out of the air. Flesher comes away with it after good defensive pressure. Far side of the field, working on that defensive Madison. Taylor Huff able to gobble up the loose ball, and now she has some space to dribble. But she has it taken away. That was Zanella who took it from her. Now the Lady Rams defense regroups. They get it back to Huff, and now she's going to play a through ball looking for Lewis. Might have rushed it just a tad. Just over 8 minutes to go. Now they punch it down into the corner. And Dreyer's going to run it down. It goes across the end line. That'll be a goal kick coming up. Our live streaming here on YouTube being presented by Coshocton Dentistry. So special thanks to Dr. Brian Dunlap and Patrick Lopper.
Entering the game, number 25, Courtney.
Appreciate them supporting the live stream for a few of our games here today. Centering pass goes into the middle and will be picked up by the goalkeeper. They're going to continue to play on. Looks like Lewis may have pushed a little bit, but nope, they are going to say that's a, well, I thought they were going to call the foul for a moment, but they're just going to give them the throw in. Lewis up front. Now she's going to get into some space. West Geauga defense comes over to knock her off the ball. Good shoulder-to-shoulder play. Lewis will do her best to get up. Here's Flesher looking for air bar. And Huff will dribble it out of trouble. Plays it forward. Just a little too much for Lewis, though, to run onto it. 2-1 ball game. Madison leading by a goal. They held a 1-0 lead in the first half. Flesher tied the game with 36:22 to go. And then Taylor Huff made it a 2-1 game at the 24:42 mark of the second half. Under 6 minutes now in this one. Throw in goes to Lewis. Aubrey Zanella turned it away. Now Lewis will throw it in. Good long throw into the box. Chesney Davis over there on the far side. That's going to be served back into the middle. A good battle there inside. Seen some good physical play today. 5 minutes remaining in the match. So Lewis really battling there. Now Flesher drops it back. Looking for a ball over the top. They just couldn't serve it to her. And now they get it to the striker. Lewis takes a tumble. Goes back into the defensive third for Madison. Lewis is still a little slow to get up. Now we've got a couple of substitutions, or one substitute coming into the game.
Substitutions entering the game for West Geauga, number 3, Holly Junette.
Holly Junette will check in. Coming down to throw it in is going to be Swinnerton. To Airbar. She'll play it back to the thrower. Swinnerton. Now it comes back up towards midfield. Zanella will run it down over on the far side. And she will go the other direction down into the corner. There's Flesher there. She's able to keep possession of it. Eyes the 18. Dribbles, low hard drive, and it goes off the goalkeeper's hands and across the end line. That will be a corner kick opportunity coming up for West Geauga.
Corner kick for West Geauga, number 6.
Paige Eldridge made a nice save. Mansfield will put 2 on the post. Stanfield and Russell. Now they serve it in, top of the 18. It's won by Chesney Davis. West Geauga bangs it back into the 18. This one close to going over the end line, and finally will go across the white stripe. And a goal kick forthcoming for the Lady Rams. Inside of 3 minutes here in this one. We've seen a great match. Our 2 previous games have been shutouts. Riverview winning 3-0. Rocky River, a 1-0 victory over Ashland. Lewis is up top, just cannot get to that free ball. Eckenweiler on the near side, can't maintain possession. Here comes West Geauga. Flesher to Ray Airbar, back to Flesher. Eyeing the 18, serves it, and it's just high above the goal. Flesher had a good look at it. You know, you're in one of those spots there where you almost could cut to the goal, but you've got no angle, or maybe you can shoot it a little bit early and maybe try to put it over top of the goalkeeper's head. So less than 2 minutes now for West Geauga to try to tie this ball game up. The Lady Rams going to try to stay strong. Here's Lewis. Good battle up front with the defense of West Geauga. Aubrey Mowry, or Aubrey Zanella rather, on the defense for West Geauga. Now they're going to go over the top. Ball served inside the 18. Flesher can't get to it. And it will be Paige Eldridge to come out and win it. It's Chesney Davis there, and she's called for an infraction, so West Geauga has about a minute to try to tie this game up. Service comes into the 18, going to be headed out. Taylor Huff has it go off of her left foot and across the sideline. So a throw in now for West Geauga. We'll see if they can do anything in the final 40 seconds. Ball goes across the line, and it will be a throw in for Madison. So we'll see how quickly West Geauga can get the ball and try to punch it into the 18 to make something happen. Throw in goes to Lewis. She gets by one defender, and the ball knocked out of play. Last touch by West Geauga, and that might be the last opportunity. Here's a throw in to Huff, but it will go out of bounds once again off West Geauga. Just 10 seconds left. And I think this is going to end up being a Madison win. Ball punched down into the far corner, and that will be the ball game. The Lady Rams of Mansfield-Madison knock off West Geauga and the Wolverines by a final score of 2-1 here in Game 3 of the Riverview Labor Day Showcase. We will break for a few moments, then come back, and we will have the presentation of our players of the game. Our third game of the afternoon, sponsored by Knox Community Hospitals. We thank them for their support of the Labor Day Showcase. We'll be back with more from Riverview High School right after these messages.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life. Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We welcome you back one last time to Riverview High School in Warsaw, Ohio. We are in Coshocton County for Game 3 of the Labor Day Showcase. Victorious today was the Lady Rams of Madison High School. They defeat the Wolverines of West Geauga by a score of 2-1. Our scoring got started by Nevaeh Lewis in the 47th minute as she struck the back of the net with the goal, got free, beat the goalkeeper, and was able to punch it in the back of the net with 3:38 to go in the first half, giving Madison a 1-0 lead at halftime. And then in the second half, they were able to tie the game. West Geauga, Frankie Flesher was able to get the goal and tie this game up with 36-22. And then it was Taylor Huff putting in the game winner with 24-42 for the victory. So we are waiting on our player of the game announcements. So Frankie Flesher is the player of the game. The sophomore forward had the lone goal for West Geauga in the contest, so she walks away with a nice award plaque, so congratulations to her. And then we have two players of the game for Mansfield Madison. Both were our goal scorers today. Taylor Huff, who had the game winner with 24-42 to give her team a victory. And then Nevaeh Lewis is also one of the co-players of the game. The freshman sensation was able to get a goal with 3:38 to go in the first half, which ultimately gave Madison a 1-0 lead. So congratulations to the Lady Rams of Madison as they come out with a 2-1 win, goals by Lewis and Huff. And then for West Geauga, a hard-fought match. They fall to Madison by just a goal. But Frankie Flesher, the player of the game, and she had the lone goal for West Geauga. So a great matchup, a great game between two excellent teams featuring some outstanding players. So we have 3 games that have been in the books today, and our third contest again won by Madison over West Geauga by a score of 2-1. Earlier today, Rocky River defeated Ashland 1-0, and then in our opener, Riverview knocked off Rosecrans by a score of 3-0. We want to thank Coach Dave Kreidler from the Riverview School District for inviting us out to be a part of today's activities. There are 3 more games that are going to be coming up. The game at 3 o'clock has Dover and Parkersburg South. Worcester and Marietta play at 5. Highland and John Glenn will close out the night at 7 o'clock. But we want to say thank you to Riverview for allowing us to come out and live stream the first 3 games of the day. Couldn't do it without the help of our team. Had Andrew Dunlap, who was managing our camera up here in the booth, so he did an excellent job. Ethan Parrish made it for games 2 and 3 today, and he did a nice job. And thank you to Fred Williams in the back for producing our broadcast. He was pulling double duty today. He called our second game, which saw Rocky River defeat Ashland, and then producing games 1 and 3. And thank you to WTNS Radio for allowing us to put the game on FM 99.3. Back in the Riverview, the local game here at Riverview. So that will do it for all of us from the Claxon Communications team. We appreciate you sticking with us and sticking around to watch this contest as the teams and fans start to make their way out. But it's been a great day of soccer so far, and we wish all 6 teams that still have yet to play the best of luck in the 3 games that will follow. I'm Casey Claxon, repeating the final score. It was the Lady Rams of Madison defeating West Geauga by a score of 2-1. Have a nice night, everyone.